the already crowded realm of shooters dominated by big-name franchises, it takes something special to stand out. MindJack looks like just another cover-based shooter on the surface, but offers a refreshing take with its body-snatching premise. The unique concept is enough to turn heads, but is this another case of style over substance?
This is Mobile 1, Lyle? What the hell's going on? Listen, lady, you're a high-profile activist and your file's got a 5-star pain-in-the-ass rating.
In the near future, technology is advanced to the point where people can hack into the minds of unsuspecting victims, taking complete control over their actions. MindJack puts you in the role of Jim Corbin, a special agent caught in the middle of a government conspiracy to gain control of this so-called mind-jacking technology. The plot runs about as thin as they get, complete with cheesy dialogue and ridiculous action sequences. The end result is a story that's unlikely to evoke anything other than the occasional chuckle.
Look, the more you tell me, the more chance I can keep us alive. You calculating combat odds or loss of pride?
And now we just wait for the magic to happen.
Who the hell are you, lady?
MindJack's third-person antics take you through 12 different stages. The rules are simple. Kill your enemies before they kill you, in order to make it to the end of each stage alive. Death, however, is not the end for either you or your foes. You can turn defeated enemies into allies by using your Mind Slave ability on them, and when you fall in battle, you can MindJack nearby enemies and mechanical devices to fight on. You can also manually abandon your host body in favor of another for a strategic advantage. The catch is that either you or your partner must remain alive. You can revive a fallen partner when you're in close proximity to them, and you're also given a small window to spring back to life if you both die. Swapping bodies is the game's biggest hook, though it's a bit confusing at first. When you're cast off from a body, you go into what's known as Wanderer mode. From there, you can only MindJack hosts that are vulnerable, otherwise you're stuck in the amorphous state until a suitable target becomes available. Without any real ability to interact with the environment in these situations, things can quickly get both frustrating and boring.
God damn it!
You can play through the game by yourself with an AI-controlled partner, but the experience is clearly designed around multiplayer. You can jump in with another player and tag team it through the game as the protagonists, or you can hack into another player's game and control the bad guys. It can get frustrating if you're paired against characters higher level than you, but you have the option to limit who can enter your game or kick problem players. There's no apparent team balancing mechanic in place either, so be prepared for potential headaches and perhaps some serious griefing. There is a progression system in place that awards you perks as you level up, but that's about it. Don't expect to be able to mess with equipment sets or weapon loadouts. There really isn't much to bring you back to the multiplayer after you've grown tired of amassing perks. Meanwhile, the bland environments, poor AI, and paltry weapon selection makes the campaign a real trudge. Interesting as it may be, the body-snatching premise can't save MindJack. Running and gunning is the name of the game in MindJack, but without a solid backbone, the experience quickly grows stale. It all starts with a cover system, which constantly trips up your progress by inadvertently pinning you against objects when you actually mean to roll away or run. During critical moments, this is an especially big problem.
You serious?
The gunfights don't fare much better. Your arsenal is limited, and what is available is scant in terms of variety. The aiming sensitivity feels off, and there's no option to tweak it. The worst thing, though, is that aside from the boss encounters, the game lacks any sense of tension or urgency. The action boils down to sitting behind cover and waiting for enemies to expose themselves, like targets in a gallery. Melee attacks are an important tool in your arsenal, but executing them is a hassle. They simply don't work half the time. You'll usually either whiff the enemy completely or stand still looking like an idiot. It doesn't help that just moving around feels clunky and slow, making it more trouble than it's worth to close in on opponents for a quick kill. More often than not, you'll avoid close confrontations and choose the lesser of two evils by sticking to your guns. The one somewhat bright spot is the MindJacking mechanic. Once you've adjusted to the learning curve, the out-of-body experience provides some much-needed variety. At any time, you can eject from your body and scour the environment for new hosts. The system isn't perfect. Sometimes glitches prevent you from subverting a specific host, and the process takes a bit too long overall, but in the end, it's all that MindJack has. Too bad the game that's built around the mechanic isn't very good. MindJack's visuals look like something out of the Dreamcast days. The sterile appearance of its futuristic urban setting is about as bland as they come, and there's little in the way of variety. The audio quality is equally bad, with some awful sound effects, a mediocre soundtrack, and some terrible voice performances that will leave you cringing.
More soldiers, the same ones who've been trying to kill me.
Us, trying to kill us. Better late than never.
Which bit of stay put did you not get?
There's little to redeem MindJack. You'll quickly grow tired of the unresponsive controls and repetitive shootouts, and the multiplayer game's appeal, while novel, is fleeting. What's left is a dreadful shooter that will have you wishing you could MindJack into another host. Preferably, someone who's playing a better game.